Hello, thanks for checking in. My name is Trevor Russell. If you don't know me, for you who are my members in the Attract Clients Grow Sales Learning System, thanks for checking in. And for you who have decided to watch this video to learn about how to have more energy, have more focus, feel happier, get more done, I've put this video out to my social media community because I know how many people that I speak and meet to, and meet to who really want to have more energy, because we live in a crazy busy world, right? And we've got so many things to manage and handle. So I developed this video for my members in my Attract Clients Grow Sales system, because what we're all about is how we can run a better business, have a better career, have more energy, feel good about what we're doing, really achieve our goals, grow our business and get the results that we're wanting, both personally and professionally. So if you'd like to know how to have more energy, loads more energy, feel happier, get more done, check in for the next 15 minutes. I'm going to go through these 10 points really quickly with you, and hopefully this will either be a really good motivational reminder for you, or there could be some good epiphanies in here where you may think, wow, I didn't realize that. And I've put this information together after always doing lots of research, because I really want to give the most up-to-date, modern, current ways that we can have great businesses and really perform to our full potential, so we can live happier, better lives. So let's continue. This is going to be fast and quick, so hang on. Let's go. Okay, so the first thing is pretty straightforward, right? Sleep. Now, while this is a really interesting thing, I find myself and a lot of people that I speak and meet, when we really have a look at where energy is going, and if we look at the day, you'll very often find, as I know that I do, and a lot of people that I speak, is these things, right? The phone, these things that end up in bed. We get addicted to the social media. And as Simon Sinek says in his great videos about our addiction to technology, and it's really affecting our sleep. So maybe you can relate to this intimately, but if you want to feel better and have more energy, while it seems so logical and normal, I would recommend, as I'm working hard to do, is turn these things off. We don't need them on. Turn off messengers, so there's nothing disrupting our sleep during the night, because we are apparently all sleep deprived. And I know we've got families and businesses and lives to run, but with some discipline and structure, turn these things off, turn the computer off, go to bed, have a good sleep, feel refreshed, is going to help you, me, and all of us have more energy. Pretty straightforward, right? Okay, let's continue. The next thing is get present. What do I mean by get present? Well, having gone through my own challenges, in life, in business, and all the people that I speak and meet, is the things that go in our minds that take our energy, that zap our energy. And as someone recently said, so what you're saying is, this is my life? What do I mean by that? Well, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure I would imagine, as I do and all of us do, that we always think that there's this great stuff coming, or when we have that, and when we have this, and that it'll be better when things are going on then, and what happened in the past. Now, I'm not wanting to discredit the things that happen to us in life, which can be stressful and cause a lot of problems, but understanding the power of our mind. And if you want to watch some great videos by Joe Dispenza on the power of presence and being here today, and as the little kid is kind of looking, in other words, like, what? This is my life? So what I'd like to say is, let go of the past. If it's taking up your mind and there's nothing more you can do about it, and it's done, focus on letting it go. The future, it's not here yet. I know me. I'm always setting goals and looking to the future, and the people that I speak and meet and work with, we're setting plans and goals of what we want to do in the future, but really also I suppose, appreciating the value of here and today. And as a friend of mine, John, who paints houses, he loves painting houses. And I said, why do you do what you do, and why do you do it why are you so busy and booked up? And he said, well, I really love painting houses. And we chatted, and what I realized from that is that he really brings the extraordinary to the ordinary. Here today, in our business, in our life, what can we do to bring the extraordinary to this moment in the job we currently have, in the business we currently have, with the customers we currently have, with the people that we're engaging with, family, personally, professionally, today, here today. And I know for a fact from myself, being present in the moment, and I'm not saying I've got it figured all out, but when I really do this, and the people that I know that do this really well, you just feel better. And even Eckhart Tolle wrote all those books on the power of now. He says, chop wood, carry water. Chop wood, carry water. Do the things daily. It's when you start thinking about, oh, I have to chop the wood, I have to carry the water, oh, how long will I have to chop the wood and carry the water? That is where our energy declines, and that is where we get disempowered. So again, I'm not saying this is easy, but staying present today. Past is gone, future's yet to be here. Let's make today the best we can make it. And in the words of Marie Forleo, bring the party to today with what we've got to do today. Okay, let's continue. Number 3, clean up the mess. Wow, look at this guy's place, right? Maybe that could be how some people's minds might look inside if we looked inside. Pretty messy. So what do I mean by clean up the mess, and how does this affect us and our ability to have more energy, feel happier, get more done? Well, it's a bit like this. I don't know about you, but I've been through many things in life, in business, in life, and I'm being a bit cheeky. I know you will have been through the same. But what are the things that are going on for us in our head, in our relationships, personally, professionally? What is the mess that we might need to go and clean up? Have you got stuff hanging out there, conversations that you need to have? Maybe you need to get some help to have a discussion with someone, or keep discussing with someone things that really deplete your energy, things that take up your mind space and even your workspace and your home space, relationships that we have, business relationships that we have. Very often there's a lot of people not wanting to have those conversations to clean things up. And in the words of Zig Ziglar, I love what he says. He says, if you've got to eat a frog, eat it quick and fast, because it's not going to get any prettier. So if there is some mess that all of us need to clean up, I say let's have those discussions. Let's eat the frog. Let's do our best to make things better. Why? So we can feel happier, have more energy, and enjoy the present of today, and get more done if that's what it is for us. But it definitely makes life feel better. And if you do this, which I'm sure all of you do at times, maybe some of you to a great extent, we feel a lot better. Sack the bully, fix relationships, fix you, look at you, what is the mess, and clean up the money mess, which is going to lead me to the next point, which is stop spending, start living. So how does money affect our energy to feel happy and get more done? Well, I'm sure you would know, like all of us, you don't have to be any Einstein to realize that the 2 most important areas that affect our energy to either be de-energized or energized is money and relationships, right? So we are all in the need to have money, and so often, so many people, maybe you can relate intimately, have way more going out than coming in. So where am I getting with this? To cut to the chase, which is, why would you want to stop spending so much and start saving some money? Why would that be important to you? Well, I know from my experience and people that I see that are good with money is they understand the importance of having more coming in than going out, or they adjust it. What do you make, and how much do you spend, and where do you need to cut expenses? Where do you need to increase income so there's more coming in than going out, and build what I call your FU buffer, which is the kind of, the FU buffer, right? Which is, if anything happened where you may just want to say, I'm out of here because you're in a job that you hate, or you're having problems that you can't fix, you can leave. You've got that ability. Most people are de-energized and trapped in jobs, in businesses, because they have to stay there. And I'm not being disrespectful in the sense of, I know you, me, all of us, we have mortgages to pay, we've got loans to pay, there's kids to put in school, all these things. But all I would have you consider in your own situation is, do you need to be spending on all the stuff that you're spending? Do you need to have those certain things? I see a lot of people driving big cars that they don't necessarily need to be driving. I see a lot of people putting money into shopping centers when they've got plenty of clothes, plenty of shoes, plenty of stuff. Sorry, ladies, I'm not saying don't stop buying clothes and shoes. All I'm saying is, if you are de-energized because you keep looking at the credit card debt, you may want to start thinking about, why would you want to get rid of that? And I would say, from me to you, because I've been there and I know what it can be like, and I see people when they go through these, it's de-energizing, it's depressing. It doesn't have us feel good about life. So let's stop digging the hole and fill it up so we can feel better. Okay, let's continue. Number 5, reframe. What do I mean by that? Well, a lot of the time we all have stuff that we face every day, which is problems go on. We're in jobs and businesses where very often things can seem bad and difficult. And all I would have you consider is, any situation, would it be possible to look at it differently? In other words, moving from a place of pessimism to optimism. Maybe there's a situation where you've lost a customer, a really important customer. So while that could be really upsetting, both to the cash flow and to the business, what could be the learning? So if you were to reframe it and say, well, what is the learning here? Could we do things better? Could we, understand how to never let this happen again by fixing things in the business? Could we re-engage them by doing things differently, or new people that come in? There's so many learnings, I feel, if we're willing to take a look at any situation and how we can reframe it to see the good, the learning, the positive. So reframing, the learning here, turn it into a positive. I'm not saying it's always that easy to do. I know there are some things that go on for all of us that can be very challenging. However, all I'm saying is, to feel a bit better, to really better, is whenever possible, how can we see the good, the learning, the better in it, so we can grow from it. Okay, number 6, decide. What do I mean by decide? I mean decide in the sense of this. I see a lot of people that go to work. I travel to Brisbane. I'm just like you. I see people out and about. And what do I see is this. Most people are just in autopilot. And one observation and one suggestion or point that I want to make here is, in relation to us and our lives, is, I know we all have to work, we all have businesses, but what could we decide that would have us feel excited, that would have us feel in the present, excited or happy to play a bigger game? What are the goals that you may need to revisit or even set that would have you feel better or more excited about your life? Could it be to make more money or clean the money mess up so you can feel happier, travel with your loved one, whatever it is? What could you do to improve your relationships? Get a relationship, or maybe leave a relationship? What could you do to really take your business to the next level? Innovation, marketing, sales, people development. What could you do to improve your career and go for that next position, or move out of a role and go get a whole new career? What could you do for your health? All I'm saying is, when we make decisions, I know for a fact, and maybe you can relate, you just feel better because you got something exciting and new. So getting back to being present and waking up to today, what are the goals that you could set to have you feel better about your business, your career, and your life? Okay, let's continue. Oh, and adventure. Add adventure, travel. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Okay, start working for you. Number 7, what do I mean by this? Well, this is more for people that are watching this, that actually work in a career or a job or a position. I may just be making an assumption here, but I do know personally from experience that when a lot of people work for other people, they think, and I've had discussions with them, I've had discussions with myself when I've been there, and I'll share something that really changed for me a long time ago was, oh yeah, I go to work, I work for someone else, I start at 8 or 9 and I finish at 6, then I go home and then my life starts, all right? Maybe that's a bit extreme, but I read a book by Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. You may know it, got it here somewhere. But anyway, Robert Kiyosaki said something that really stuck with me, which was even if you are working for someone else, work like you work for yourself. Become self-employed in your attitude. Figure out how you can be of more value to the money that your employer pays you so you are an asset. How can you make profit for you in your job and position? Whether you're making $500 a week or $5,000 a week, what can you do to bank $400 a week or $4,000 a week so that you are in profit? So when this mindset changes that I'm just a robot and I just got to work for someone else, as opposed to what do I want for me? How do I want to conduct myself? How could I work for myself in a job? Now, look, I get this is not for everyone. This is really thinking quite differently to the majority of people out there, because a lot of people, they just want their job, go do their thing, go home, do what they want to do. That's not the game I like to play in life, and maybe that's not you. So if it does resonate with you and you don't already know this, but from an attitudinal change or a reframe about your job, if you want to start thinking about you being self-employed for you, and you just happen to go there and do the work to create value that they pay you for so you can generate a profit. I found when I got this, my energy went through the roof because I just started thinking differently about what I did, how I could bring more value and really learn and earn and not just show up and do this job for the next 30 years. Maybe you like this number 7. I'll leave it with you. Okay, number 8. 2 more to go. Eat more. What do I mean by eat more? Funny, right? Well, what I mean by eat more is eat more good food. In other words, this is pretty much what we all know, right? Exercise, eat more, yeah, blah, 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 Trevor. I get it. But the reality is, if you want to play a bigger game, maybe you don't, maybe you're happy. But if you want to play a bigger game, have more energy, feel better about what you're doing, and get more done as a high achiever, you've got to eat well. There's no getting around it. And I'm not saying I don't love chocolate. Look, I've even got lollies here, right? But the thing is, if we can eat good, balanced meals throughout the day, and I know a lot of you do, I know there's a lot of great peak performers out there. I'm just putting it in here because we've got to have it in our more energy list, right? It makes sense. Eat 3 to 4 meals a day. Make them balanced, whether you're a vegan, vegetarian, or you eat a full balanced diet. From my experience, everyone that I know that eats really well and is healthy and fit, they eat consistently, they have really good breakfasts like a king, they have good lunches like a queen, and they have dinner like paupers, smaller meals, but consistently. Not leaving no breakfast, big breaks in the afternoon, which is the big killer for the energy levels. And no, a chocolate bar, guys, isn't a meal. So I'm not saying this is easy, but eating consistent meals means preparing, but eating more good food. Okay, I'll leave that with you. Number 9, we all know this, exercise. But what do I want to say about exercise? It's this. I'm not going to lecture on exercise. I know a lot of people now are exercising a lot more, but all I would say for those of you who are struggling to exercise, one of the things that I find for me that helps me exercise consistently is I've got a little hobby that I do where I do some salsa dancing, and that keeps me fit and keeps me moving. It's a good social environment too, so I get some good exercise there. So maybe for you, no, guys, golf and drinking beer at every hole that you putt is not good exercise unless you're really happy with that, which is great. But having a hobby or just doing your exercise, guys, there's no way getting around it. But for a lot of you who I know get more caught up in the thinking about exercise, I would have you consider this. 15 good push-ups or a few squats and an intense walk for 15 to 20 minutes with some full movement exercise is so much better than the perfect all-knowing superstar 2-hour-a-day supersonic workout. A little bit done averagely every day is better than the perfect workout not done. I hope you get the point. Okay, number 10, be kind to you, be kind to others, be kind to all of us today. Because I know where the biggest energy goes for all of us is we're constantly beating ourselves up because we didn't do a good enough job or we want a better result, and our team didn't do a good enough job. So we're all on this planet together. We're all here today. The past is gone. The future's yet to be here. So to feel better, have some more energy, and even feel happier is if you employ people, I would invite you, if you don't do this, to say, hey guys, thank you. Well done. You guys are doing a great job. Give some praise. Let them know they're important. And for you, me, and all of us, remember, we need to be kind to ourselves. And this is a big bit of advice for me because I'm pretty tough on myself, to remember to say, you know what, we did a good job today. Some things went well. We did the best we could, or we did what we could. We took care of the kids. We did what we had to do. We did some good work. Good self-praise just has us feel better. So thank you guys. They're my 10 tips on how to have more energy, feel happier, and get more done. Hope you enjoyed this. Forward it to people if you want. In closing, thank you for watching. There's a book here that if you want to go to this site, you can download the book at Attract Clients, Grow Sales. If you want to ever have a chat to me, my name's Trevor Russell. Thanks for your time.